Happy day, everyone. This is Orekoya Olusegun, Physics Mathematics Fundamentals on YouTube. Today, I want to demonstrate on how we can use a scientific calculator to determine three unknown variables. The unknown variable x, y, and z for a given set of linear simultaneous equation. I call it linear because the power of each variable is 1. So this is a linear simultaneous equation. So today we are taking us through the solution to three variables. The variables are x, y, z for these three linear simultaneous equation. Simultaneous in the sense that when you substitute the variable for each line of the equation, they must be equal to what the equation says. Like for instance, if I know the value for x, y, z, when I substitute here, I should get 4. When I substitute x, y, z to the second equation, I should get 0. When I substitute x, y, z to the third equation, I should get 12. So how do I get my x, y, z? This is one way to do it. We have several ways of solving this problem, but today I want to demonstrate the use of Casio FX991EX. I want to demonstrate how to make use of it to solve this simultaneous equation. Now, before we go into solution proper, we should have an idea of what coefficient of an equation is. Now, like for instance, look at this variable x. The number in front together with the sign is called the coefficient. So for here now, the number here is +1. Here, the number in front of y is +1. The number in front of variable z is +1. And then the coefficient, those are the coefficients. The coefficient for variable x here is 1. The coefficient of variable y here is +2. That is the number together with the sign. The coefficient of variable z is +4. For this variable on the first set of linear equation, the coefficient here is 1. The coefficient here is +3. And the coefficient here is +9. So we should have the idea of this before the solution. Now, how do we go about this? First and foremost, on your calculator, you can see the on button. Just put it on. So when your calculator is on, go to this place called the menu. You press. Now, you can see along this menu, you can be pressing this side arrow and up arrow to make a selection. Now, the selection started with this place, which is 1. That is 1 is for calculate, and you can press 1 here if you show this particular menu. You can also migrate to the other menu by pressing this. You can see that the dark shade has moved to the second one. It's talking about calculation of complex number. If you shift this arrow to this place, you can see now it's talking about base n number, and so on and so forth. But today we are going to shift to the one that will give us a solution to simultaneous equation. You can see where I have shifted to here. You can see that arrow is talking about equation and function. So the moment you have gotten to this place, you go straight to the equal sign. Equal sign simply means enter. When you press, you can see it's giving us option 1 and 2. Option 1 is for simultaneous equation. Option 2 is for polynomial. But today we are taking to solving simultaneous equation. So I'm going to pick option 1. So you go straight down to 1 on the calculator. You press 1. When you press 1, you press you can see when you press 1, it gives you simultaneous equation of how many unknown. Is it unknown 2? That means, are we talking about simultaneous equation that involve variable x and y only, or 3? 3 is between 2 and 4. Are we talking about variable x, y, z, or 4? Are we talking about variable w, x, y, z? But today we are taking three variable x, y, z. So I'm going to the calculator and press 3. When I press 3, look at it now. The three set of equation has already come up. But by default, the coefficient of each of these variables happen to be 0, 0, 0. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be entering the coefficient of each of these line of equation. How do I do that? For this first set of equation, the coefficients here are 1, 1, and 1, and everything equal to 4. So what I'm going to do now, for the first set of equation on this calculator, I will go to first, according to the question, the first variable, which is 1. So I press 1. So when I have pressed 1, the 1 appear on the calculator. I'll just go straight to enter. That is equal to sign. You press enter. When you have entered, the coefficient has appeared in this first one. So we are going to do the same process to, supply the coefficient to all the three equations. So the second one says the coefficient is +1 here. So I'll see enter 1 on my calculator. I'll press 1. When I press 1, I will say enter. So the 1 has entered here. Then the third variable, the coefficient here is also +1. So what I will do, I'll press 1 on my calculator. Then I'll go to pressing enter. You can see that the variable 1, 1, 1 has entered each of these calculations. Now we can see now that the first linear equation is equal to 4. So I'll go to 4. I will press 4. You can see 4 on the calculator. Then I'll go to pressing enter. So when I've pressed enter, the 4 will show. So let me go and examine. You can see when you press up arrow, it goes to up the uppermost linear equation. So you can see variable 1 there. You go to this side arrow, variable 1, you have coefficient 1. The first one, you have coefficient 1 for variable x, coefficient 1 for variable y, coefficient 1 for variable z. Then you press again, you can see 4 equal to 4. So I've already entered the coefficient and this constant number on the other side of the equation for the first linear simultaneous equation. So I'm going to the second one. So what I will do now, I will press the down arrow to go to the second. Then I'm starting from variable x. So you press the side arrow to where variable x is. And according to this question, for variable s, the coefficient is 1. For variable y, the coefficient is +2. For variable z, the coefficient is +4. Then everything equal to 0. So I'm going to press 1, 2, and 4. So before I go to the calculator, press 1, then press enter. Press 2, then press enter. Then everything equal to 4. We press 1, 2, and 4. So we already enter. So what is here now, after entering for the 4 for the variable z, then we move down to 0 because everything equal to 0 there. So I'll press 0, then I'll press enter. We can see, you can check for the second line of equation. We can see 1, coefficient 1, coefficient 2, coefficient 4, everything equal to 0. So I'll go to the third line of the equation by pressing the down arrow. So I'll go to the first one by pressing the side arrow to where x is. So we are going to enter coefficient 1, 3, and 9. So what I will do, I'll press 1, then I'll press enter. I'll press 3, I'll press enter. Then I'll press 9, I'll press enter. Since everything is equal to 12, I will press 12. Then I will press enter. We can see now that for this one that we have entered, all our entry, let me start by pressing this side arrow to check. So the first coefficient here is 1. The second, according to the equation, is 1 for x. Then for y is 3. You can see on the calculator for y is 3. Then for z is 9, according to the equation. So 9 on my calculator. Then everything equal to 12 on the calculator. Now, after you have done all the entry, to get the solution for variable x, y, and z, what I will do, I want to supply all the values down. So what you do, just press equal to and check what the calculator is saying. It says that variable x is 24. Again, you press equal to, then I have the variable y to be minus 28. Then you press equal to again. I have 8 on my calculator, so variable z is equal to 8. So this is the solution to this linear simultaneous equation in 3 variables. So that means if you substitute the value of x, y, z into the first equation, your answer should be 4. If you substitute the value of x, y, z in the second equation, the value is going to be 0. If you substitute the value of variable x, y, z in the third equation, your answer should give you 12. That is why it is called simultaneous equation. So I believe that you must have learned one or two things on how to use a scientific calculator, especially Casio FX991EX, to solve simultaneous equation between 2 and 4 number of variables. But today we attempted using the calculator in solving simultaneous equation linear in 3 variables. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and click on notification button to have more of my video. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day. Bye.